Take a look at this headline. It's taken from the New York Post. I watched a woke mob cancel a fashion blogger for being Israeli. Jennifer Sey, former Levi Strauss brand president, wrote that and joins me now. Jennifer, give us the story, please. Tell me, take it through it. What happened?
Yeah, absolutely. It was in 2021, after the modern-day anti-racism movement had taken hold of corporate America, which categorizes essentially people into two groups. White oppressors, brown and black are oppressed. And, I would argue, and I didn't fully see it at the time, that Jews are in that category of white, not just white, but super white. So in 2021, we had hired an influencer. We hired many of them, thousands of them. In June of that year. He was a gay fashion blogger. We hired him for our Pride campaign, and I got an email from a peer saying, there's an influencer that we're using that does not support our values. He's expressing violence. And I thought, oh my goodness, I need to look into this. We would never do that. How did we miss it? And as I scanned all of the influencers' profiles that we were using, the only thing I could come up with was one guy, a New Yorker fashion blogger, who had Stars of David and Israeli flags in his profile. He lived in New York, but he was a proud Israeli and a proud Jew. And I was astonished. I came to the conclusion that simply stating who he was and being proud of his heritage was considered an expression of violence because he was categorized by virtue of who he was as an oppressor. His very presence in the world was violence. And so, I just think it's interesting as we look at what's happening in the world today. Essentially, anti-Semitism has been a feature, not a bug, a feature of the anti-racism movement. And we should not be shocked at what we're seeing today on college campuses.
But is there any sign of retreat in the corporate suite away from this kind of what you just described, considering Jews as oppressors? Any movement away from that?
Well, it's interesting because corporate America is very silent right now in the wake of what we're seeing in the there's been a 400% increase in incidents of anti-Semitic violence. Companies were all too eager to denounce violence and bigotry in the last few years, but they're silent now. They will not weigh in on this. But I would argue that is evidence. I don't think companies should weigh in on everything. So perhaps it's the start of something positive. At the same time, I think it's very telling that this is why they are choosing not to weigh in, because they cannot expressly condemn acts of terrorism against Israelis. There is anti-Semitism there, I think, at the heart of that as well. But perhaps it will initiate, a new kind of way of operating where companies do not weigh in on everything. And I would argue that is likely welcome. I think it's also interesting the left has now found their sort of free speech backbone. All of a sudden, they are defenders of free speech when there is anti-Semitism being expressed in cities across America and on college campuses across America.
I've lived in America for 50 years. And I've never seen anything like this. It's a terrible thing. Jennifer, I'm terribly sorry I'm out of time. Come back and see us again soon, please. Jennifer Sey. Thanks very much.